I made $16,000 on my Rocket 21 200K account prop firm challenge this week. I also made $6,000 on my Funded Trader Plus challenge. And in this video, I'm going to break down the trade, my reason for entering, my reasons for exits. And later on in the video, I'll go ahead and update you guys on my prop firm journey, where I'm at on phase 2, and how close I am to getting my live account. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop in on the daily chart and let's get this thing started. So let me start by saying this. If you saw my previous video, then you know that this is the same chart that we broke down last week about a trade that I missed. And if you haven't watched last week's video, go ahead and check it out just so you're all caught up. So last week, we saw price return back to the support and resistance level, and I had missed this trade. So this week, I had noticed that daily was still bearish, weekly was still bullish, 4-hour was still bearish. So I was still expecting price to go ahead and continue to the downside. And that's exactly what it did. Since nothing really changed with the higher time frames being bearish or bullish, and I already knew the direction of the market, nothing really had to change. So all I had to do was wait for a candle to come into the zone again, and then look for the same exact entries that I talk about every time. So there's no reason to go over the 4-hour, the daily, and the weekly, because we already know where we're going. If you don't know, let me break it down real fast. The weekly's bullish, the daily's bearish, and the 4-hour is bearish. So we're automatically looking for sells. So now all I'm doing is waiting for a daily candle to come into the area of interest, going down to the 1 hour, 30, and the 15 to then look for an entry candle, look for price to become bearish after going bullish to get into the candle, or excuse me, to get into the area of interest. So on this entry, I took it on a Wednesday. It was Wednesday morning, 7:28 a.m. I remember it like it was literally yesterday, but it was only 2 days ago. And I had saw on the 15-minute that price was bearish. Price had became bearish, came up, got into the zone again. And on the daily, this is just one single candle. So once I had seen this body close above this previous structure, I knew it was bullish. And then when I saw it body close under, let me get this out the way so it's not blurry. Zoom in. Okay, so let's go back. So price was bullish on the 15. Body closed above here, so I knew it was bearish. So now all I was looking for, now that we've entered the zone, tapped into the zone, I usually have an alert once price gets into the zone to go ahead and let me know to pay attention to it. So price then body closed under this low. Price then body closed under this low right here. So now that we see that price body close under the low, we know that the 15-minute is bearish. It was bullish coming into the zone. Shift the structure, now it becomes bearish. So all I'm waiting for, it already hit my zone. One thing I want to make sure is that price touches my zone. It doesn't have to go bearish in my zone, but it does have to touch my zone. So in this case, price touched the zone, became bearish. So all I was looking for was a simple pullback. And this is where I got in. So this is my 200K account, and this is my 100K account. On this engulfing candle, we see is where I got my entry, but price filled me right here. Stops, I put my stops above structure. However, again, since price filled me down a little lower, then my stop loss was actually right at structure. And I didn't have a take profit in set. This was on a Wednesday, like I said, so I was gonna, like I always say, try to hold my trades, and I was just gonna let it ride out. Again, the daily's bearish, the 4 hours bearish. We see breaker structure, market shift on the 15-minute after it already got into my zone. We see a pullback and an engulfing candle. That's the strategy. That's exactly what I look for. So as I hop into the trade, I'm chilling. I'm at work. I'm just monitoring it while I'm doing my work as well. And as soon as we hop in, we see that price goes up a tad bit, not too much, nothing to really worry about. Gives us a doji, and then gives us another engulfing candle right here, on this candle right here. So after price gives us that, I'm like, okay, that's another reason for me to get in. So after I saw that, I automatically went to my 100K account on my Funded Trader Plus, and then put an entry in there to go ahead and get the trade in there. Now, mind you, I was down 9,000. Literally, if this trade would have hit my stop loss, I probably would have filled the account. Dead ass. But thankfully, I took the trade, and then price just continued to tumble. Now my goal was to hold this until Friday. However, Wednesday at 7:30, I check Forex Factory frequently just to see if any news is coming out, and Forex Factory had told me that unemployment claims or employment claims was coming out for AUD around 7:30. So around 7:30, I was just gonna let it ride out. I wasn't gonna worry about it. I was just gonna let it do its thing. That wasn't until FOMC came and then just completely tanked the market. So around 2 o'clock on Wednesday, FOMC hit. The dude, I don't know what the name is, but he go ahead and giving all the tea and stuff like that on the United States. All of a sudden, I just see Euro AUD start tanking. So I'm like, bet, you know what I'm saying? I might not even have to hold it. And I can't remember exactly, but just know around this time right here, I was up 15, 16. It went all the way down here. I let it go all the way down here, and it was around $17,000. But I was just letting it ride out. At 7:30 is, like I said, when unemployment claims came out for AUD, and that ended up dropping the market even more. Was I mad that I missed it? Not really, because again, my mindset was simply, I don't know what is going to happen at 7:30. 7:30 could come and price could shoot up and I lose all the profit trying to be greedy. But at the same time, 7:30 could come, price could go in my favor, and I could have passed my 200K account phase 2 challenge right there. But at the end of the day, $16,000 is $16,000. I'm going to take that. If this is a live funded, when this is a live funded account and I'm have up $16,000, I'm going to take that. I'm not even going to hesitate to take that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you really got to treat it and try not to be greedy. Yes, do I want to pass it? Did I want to pass it Wednesday? Of course, 100%. Who wouldn't? But at the same time, I know that I'll get another trade to pass it. I don't need to pass it all right now. Something unexpected could happen at 7:30. So I'm not even going to entertain the thought of me losing $16,000. Simple as that. Or me losing the $6,000 on the 100K account that I was trading as well. I do want to mention about my psychology while this big drop was happening, because I was seeing the account at 2,000, then go to 5,000, then go to 10,000, and it was pretty much in and out of 11, 10,000. And then that's the part I want to speak on, because I was contemplating, you know what, just close it. I'm already up. I'm already at break even. Let me not just mess around. Let me just go ahead and secure the profit while I'm there. However, I do remember trading on my phase 1. I was trading unemployment claims for the United States, and it went in my favor. And I did what I was telling myself to do in this moment. You know, I say just close it. It's a huge candle. It might have another huge candle coming back down. You're going to lose all the profit. Just close it. And I messed up because during phase 1, price continued to push up. There was 2 or 3 more huge candles to the upside. And so I remembered that while I was in this trade, and I was like, you know what, let me just chill out. Not only that, one thing that helped me, shout out to one of the comments that I got on the other video. The dude said he just puts it on the 4-hour and just lets it ride out. And that's exactly what I did. I didn't even check the lower time frames. I didn't look at what price was doing. Only time I looked at what price was doing was around 445, 450 when I was about to get out. Other than that, the rest of the day, I was working. I was leaving the chart on the 4-hour, and I was just letting it ride out. And I was just looking at it like that. Just so that there's no anxiety. There's no, oh my God, the market's pulling back. Let me go ahead and take my money. It was nothing like that. Price was moving in and out of 11,000, 10,000. Then it'll go down to 12,000 towards the end of the hour. Then on the next hour, it'll be back up at 11,000. Then towards the end of the hour, it'll drop down to 14,000, 15,000. And it's just an emotional roller coaster. So staying on the 4 hours is what really helped me and what allowed me just let the market do its thing. And hour after hour, it just kept going lower and going lower until I was comfortable with the profit that I took. This trade was amazing. I was super hyped, super happy. That price ended up going my way for both accounts. I was literally so hyped. I was probably yelling in my apartment. One thing I do want to do is sort of set up my camera and the OBS just to capture my real thoughts and real moments in time as soon as I set the trade and give you guys updates on how the trade's going. I'll start doing that, or try to remember to start doing that and just start implementing that, because that's raw footage, and I think it'll be great for you guys to see. It'll be great for me to see, to check my psychology and my emotions, just to see how I am during trades and when I'm losing and when I'm winning. Now, real quick, I do want to talk about trading two accounts. I am in a trading group for the 3-day boot camp that I took with FX Alex G. And a gentleman asked me, is it hard, or how do I manage trading two different accounts? It's tricky at times, and I would say I never get the same entry. I mean, even here, these are similar, but I didn't even really get the same entry on these. So the stop loss may vary, the stop loss may be different, but it's pretty much the same thing. I don't look at one different than I look at the other. The same mindset that I go in with one is the same mindset that I go in with the other. Now, the 100K, like I said, I was down 9,000. So I didn't even want to take this trade. But then I saw this second doji with engulfing candle right here, and I was like, you know what, that looks really good. Let me just hop in it, which is why I ended up taking that trade. But I enter all my trades manually. I don't have an EA. I don't have a trade copier or nothing like that. I enter all my trades manually, and sometimes it messes up, but most of the time it doesn't. There's only been one time that I have entered both trades, or I've entered a trade on both accounts, and one account got stopped out, but the other one didn't. But other than that, it's really fine, honestly. Just try not to do no dumb stuff. Just going with the same mindset for each account, no matter how far you're down or how much you're up, and then just follow your strategy and be disciplined and do what you got to do. So that's the trade breakdown this week on Euro AUD. How I made $16,000 on my 200K account and $6,000 on my 100K account trading prop firm. Now let's jump to the dashboard so I can give you guys an update on where I'm going. I'm so close to passing phase 2. I plan to pass it hopefully next week, but let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, here we are on Rocket 21's dashboard. Now, let me go ahead and point this out, because 2 videos ago, I mentioned about how my win rate and my loss rate was absolutely in shambles. This was more than this, and this was a lot more than this. But I had mentioned, one thing that I mentioned was that trading is a percentage game. So it's okay if your loss rate is more than your win rate, because it only takes one. I literally said it only takes one trade, and I can make 10,000 and then be in profit. Fast forward to this week, take one trade, make $16,000, and end up in 7,500 profit. Come on now. I was down 8,000, made 16,000, and now I'm up 7,500. And now I only need 2,500 to go in and pass phase 2. Come on now. That's what I'm saying. This is a percentage game. Don't worry about the win rate, the loss rate. That doesn't matter. And as we can see here, 15,994 is a net profit. That's just because of the broker fee and all that good stuff that they always love to take. Euro AUD, my lot size was 19.15, and that's all the information right there. Now let's go over to Funded Trader Plus and check out those stats. All right, we're here on Funded Trader Plus. You see that my simulated target, what I have to reach, is $6,249. My current balance is $98,750. You could go check it on the, I believe it was the second video as well. This was at 91,000. 91,000. I'm only down 1.25%. I was down a lot. And let's go ahead and look at the trade. Okay, we can see right here, Euro AUD, 12, 13, 23, $6,798. Simple as that. So that's going to be all for this video. If you guys are enjoying the content, please like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't checked out my other videos, go ahead and check those out as well. I'm dropping fire content on this YouTube channel. You guys are going to be with me every step of the way. When I pass phase 2, when I go live, when I get my first payout, I'm going to show you guys everything and be as transparent as possible. So make sure you stick around and don't miss any content. With that being said, y'all have a safe one. I'm out.